Hey guys, welcome back to more homeowner association stories. Today's one is absolutely wild. Imagine this. An HOA president decides that OP is some kind of doomsday prepper breaking the law and actually calls the cops on him even though he doesn't even live in their HOA. Yeah, this one gets intense. Let's jump right into it. So I've never been the kind of guy to stir the pot. 15 years as a volunteer firefighter in rural Tennessee taught me that life can flip upside down in seconds, whether it's a spark that burns acres or a storm that floods a town. That's why I prepare. Not the bunkers full of ammo, zombie apocalypse prepper you see on TV. I'm just a guy who wants to be ready for whatever hits: hurricanes, power outages, floods, you name it. On my 10 acres spread outside of a gated neighborhood called Redacted HOA Estates, yeah, I'll censor the name for privacy, I've got a house, a garden, and a shed that hides the entrance to my underground bunker. It's simple but solid. Concrete walls, rows of canned food, water storage, first aid supplies, solar-powered batteries, and a propane stove. I built it after a brutal flood in 2018 wiped out half my county. And before anyone asks, yes, I did it all legal. Permits filed, inspections passed, nothing shady. I made sure when I bought the land 4 years ago that it was not part of the HOA. I wanted freedom, not some board telling me what shade of beige my house had to be. And for the most part, the neighbors around here are decent. I'll chat at the diner, help folks jump their cars. But Karen, the HOA president, wasn't having it. Karen's one of those people who treats an HOA like her personal kingdom. I'd heard the stories before I even met her. She once forced a family to repaint their shutters because she said the color was too nautical. Keep in mind, this is coastal Georgia. Her rules never made sense, but she loved throwing her weight around. And apparently my low-key prepping became her latest obsession. It started small. I'd be hauling rice bags from my truck, checking my rain barrels or chopping wood, and she'd roll by in her shiny SUV glaring at me. Sometimes she'd even park right at the property line, jotting things down in a soggy notebook like she was collecting evidence. At the gas station one afternoon, she cornered me, "Your bunker is scaring potential buyers in the HOA." I just shrugged and told her, "Not my problem, I'm not in your HOA." That little line seemed to burn her soul. Then came the storm. A monster one. Wind howling over 120 miles per hour, rain pounding sideways, power lines down, roads underwater. The HOA got crushed. Houses flooded, power out, streets blocked. My place? I was fine. Solar panels took a hit, but my battery bank kept the lights and radio running. I cooked on my propane stove, safe and stocked for weeks. By day 3, Karen showed up. Mud all over her designer boots, hair frizzed, notepad clutched like a holy relic. She storms over yelling, "You're sitting here all comfortable while we're suffering. That bunker is a danger. You're hoarding supplies. It's not fair." I leaned on my rake and said, "Karen, I'm not in your HOA. My bunker's on my land. Maybe if you spent less time writing notes about my rain barrels and more time storing water, you wouldn't be in this mess." She lost it. Accused me of running something illegal to keep my lights on while they were all in the dark. Then, right in front of me, she whips out her phone and calls 911. I just laughed. Filing a false report in the middle of a natural disaster? Bold move. Sure enough, the next day, once emergency crews weren't overwhelmed, a sheriff SUV finally rolled up. 2 deputies stepped out, looking exhausted. Karen rushed at them like they were her personal soldiers. "He's got a secret bunker. He's hoarding food and weapons," she cried. Deputy Coleman, the older one, just sighed. "Sir, can we take a look?" I unlocked the hatch and showed them everything. Shelves of canned beans, bottled water, first aid kits, solar batteries. I even had a folder with my permits and inspection paperwork ready. Coleman looked impressed. "Solid work. You a contractor?" he asked. I told him about my firefighter days and why I prepped after the flood. Meanwhile, Karen's losing her mind at the entrance, shrieking that it couldn't possibly be legal. But the deputies shut her down fast. "Ma'am, this is private property. He's not breaking the law. And calling 911 over something like this during an emergency? Don't do it again." That should have been the end of it, but of course, it wasn't. While the storm dragged on, I watched the HOA spiral. No clean water, no power, families struggling. Karen kept holding crisis meetings in her driveway, blaming me for everything. But then my buddy Jarvis, a mechanic who lives there, told me people were desperate. I couldn't just sit by. So I loaded up a wheelbarrow, water, canned soup, batteries, bandages, and started handing supplies out. Word spread. One by one, folks came to my gate. A widow with arthritis, a dad with twins, an elderly teacher, people who needed help. I made it clear I wasn't part of the HOA. I didn't owe them anything. I was just being a decent neighbor. Karen showed up mid-handout, screeching that I was undermining her authority. The crowd went silent, then started chuckling as she ranted. I handed another jug of water to a young dad and said, maybe if your HOA president spent less time calling the cops on me and more time prepping, you wouldn't need to be here. That one stung. Her glare could have lit a fire. After 8 days, the power came back. Roads cleared. People thanked me with cards, food, even an invite to their next picnic. But the real karma came months later. Turns out Jarvis, who'd been on the HOA board, started digging into where all the HOA's emergency funds went. And surprise, surprise, Karen had been funneling thousands into her own projects, fountains, landscaping, even personal purchases. By the time the accountants were done, $15,000 was unaccounted for. The board voted her out, county investigators got involved, and talk of a lawsuit started brewing. Now, Karen keeps her head down. The HOA rewrote its bylaws for transparency, and some neighbors even asked me to teach them prepping basics. Jarvis is hosting a community workshop, and I'll be the guest speaker. Funny how things work out. Karen tried to paint me as the villain, but all she did was expose herself. My bunker didn't just keep me safe, it let me help others. And next time a storm rolls in, I won't be the only one ready. And yeah, guys, let me know if you're still enjoying these HOA stories, even though this one had a different twist. Don't forget to like the video, it helps a ton. Next up, we've got a delicious, malicious compliance tale you won't want to miss.